Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise with a sense of righteous indignation to support this resolution. I know racism when I see it. I know racism when I feel it. And at the highest level of government, there's no room for racism. It sows the seeds of violence and destroys the hopes and dreams of people. The world is watching. They are shocked and dismayed because it seems we have lost our way as a nation, as a proud and great people. We are one Congress, and we are here to serve one house, the American house, the American people. Some of us have been victims of the stain, the pain, and the hurt of racism. In the 50s and during the 60s, segregationists told us to go back when we protested for our rights. They told ministers, priests, rabbis, and nuns to go back. They told the innocent little children seeking just an equal education to go back. As a nation and as a people, we need to go forward and not backward. With this vote, we stand with our sisters. Three were born in America, and one came here looking for a better life. With this vote, we meet our moral obligation to condemn hate, racism, and bigotry in every form. Thank you.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood, the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench, because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on the Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
Yep.
What's up?
Hold on. What the hell?
Oh, there we go. Test thing. Oh, don't do that.
I'm getting an echo for something. Test. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. We live. HVP. You know what I'm saying now?
In the house.
Detailed dive in these politics. You know what I'm saying?
Deep underwater. 20,000 leagues under the sea. Detailed dive.
Most definitely.
You know?
What's been going on, player? Everything good?
Everything good. Another Tuesday night. You know, the Tuesday night, y'all know where y'all favorite podcasters are. We right here on Hub View Politics.
Most definitely.
Thank y'all for joining us. And, you know, you got more people tuning in, and we want more people to tune in. We're trying to get more people to tune in. We're telling y'all need to tune in so y'all can find out what's going on straight from the streets, so we can give it to you. Not the dog whistle. You ain't got to read between the lines. We're going to give it to you. We're going to give you the show enough. We're going to give it to you like, you know, like it's supposed to be given to you. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
We're going to give it to you like Robitussin.
When y'all was hearing Mr. Lewis there, that's, anybody don't know, that's civil rights leader. Anybody don't know that, turned congressman.
Right.
And he actually got locked up a few times as a congressman, fighting for the same thing.
Yes, he had.
So
that's Mr. John Lewis, the late, great Mr. John Lewis. And while we're speaking about Lewis's, we're going to also send a shout out to the late, great Ramsey Lewis. Great jazz man. Y'all don't know nothing about Ramsey Lewis. Y'all need to find out.
Was it's me. Yeah. You said what? Ramsey.
Ramsey Lewis. You gotta know about jazz music, man. You know, if you get in a little jazz, you we got some difficulty this evening here. Oh, the one I'm on Bluetooth must be on.
Now,
That's Mr. Ramsey Lewis. But y'all know we can't play too much. YouTube be coming after us.
wait, he died?
Yeah, he died yesterday. So he's great jazz pianist. 60s, 70s. They went on to the 80s. But if y'all don't know and you're into good music, check them out. That's one Mr. Ramsey Lewis.
Yeah, like we were saying, that was Mr. Lewis. That's a civil rights leader. So
Yeah.
when he was doing
That
there,
was
was
good.
fighting for certain
Lewis.
bills where he be fighting for in Congress. But everybody don't know he got locked up as a civil rights leader. But he got locked up like 5 times in Congress. One of them was like a year ago when he held up Congress for the George Floyd bill.
Yeah.
So people don't know that the Democrats sat in Congress and held up Congress for the George Floyd bill, where the Republicans were holding that up. In fact, was blocking it. They wouldn't hold it up. They didn't even want it to be even put up on the table for anything. And John Lewis led the Congress, and they sat down on that. Same thing with the ladies, the 9 for the abortion. We ain't forget about y'all there. You know what I'm saying? Though. Same thing with those. They put their life on the line, but people don't be noticing that. You know what I'm saying?
You know, John Lewis, he done put his life on the line several times. I mean, if you've seen the movie, anybody seen the movie Selma, you know, y'all know what happened on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. You know, they damn near beat that man brains out. You know, along with several others.
Yeah, a lot of people took ass whoopers back then, but people don't know.
Strong ass whooping. You know, I know ordinary beat down. Yeah, talking about they beat all the shit out of nigga. You know.
Also, it was like bombing houses and shit. Like Ku Klux Klan used to go around throwing bombs in people's houses and shit.
Think about it. You know, they bombed Martin Luther King house or tried to bomb his house. They bombed the church and killed the 4 little black girls. You know, they was bombing churches back then, left and right. You know, y'all thought that was some new shit recently. Oh no. And you know, that been going on for decades. So
they definitely bombed most civil rights leaders' houses and shit.
Yeah,
all types of shit. That shit was crazy back then.
Back then, you know, they ain't had no cut card. You know, it wasn't no cut card for them to have because, you know, black people was considered as having no rights. You know, we was not considered human. We was considered less than human, and so whatever they felt like doing, from lynching to burnings to beatings,
exactly,
to sicking dogs on people, to the fire hoses, to, you know, raping our women, and it was all fair game back then, and you know, we came a long way, but yet we got so far to go.
Yeah, it'd be like certain groups that follow racist groups and stuff like that to keep track of them and stuff like the Maryland Southern Poverty Law Center. They follow all the racist KKKs and all those motherfuckers around the joint. I advise people that go on the website and go in your state and see where all the because it's KKK in your state somewhere, and these people right here can point them out and show them where you at, where they at.
KKK everywhere, and they right. You know, what people don't understand, and what y'all need to understand is the KKK and all the groups, all these militia groups, they haven't gone nowhere. They're hiding in plain sight. You know, they're mostly hiding in your law enforcement. For real. They're in the police forces, they're in the FBI, we're in the federal FBI and shit like that, man. You know, they hiding in plain sight. That's why they doing the things that they doing. That's why you have a situation like George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery's and the Trayvon Walker, Trayvon Martin. I'm discombobulated, but that's why you have these, because these races, they out here. That's why they call it systemic racism, because it's not out in plain sight in the streets, if you will, where they was burning crosses in front of your house, and you had the lynchings and whatever. To quote a phrase from the late great Paul Mooney, they had the complexion for the protection. So what did they do? They entered the police forces. They entered the state houses. They entered the government. And recently we had one enter the White House, a flat out bigot. So
everybody don't think that, though.
So you got it. That's why they call it systemic racism. Well, one of the reasons they call it systemic racism, because they took it from the streets, and these races entered the system. And by entering the system, they can finagle the laws any way they want to. You know what I'm saying? That if a bigot beat a white man, white man or bigot beat a black man to death, put his knee on his neck for 9.5 minutes, or what was it? One time in Texas, they tied a dude to the back of a pickup truck and dragged him, and they do shit like that, and you figure, well, we got him this time. And then every time you turn around, they're getting off, or they're getting a little bit of time. They don't amount to shit. And
I mean, that's because, like, for example, there's still some states that are now putting up slavery up on the ballot.
Yeah, that cracked me up last week.
That's crazy. It's like there's always still going to be the states that was doing slavery, that was seceding and shit like that. It's more of them states, but West Virginia and surprising Maryland is high in the states of racist motherfucking states.
Right. And see, today what you have with these far right wing groups, there's the same thing. They're doing the same thing that the people who don't want to admit that they lost the Civil War, that the South has done.
Yeah, that type shit. Where Trump knows.
You lost. Just live with it. You lost.
Oh, they don't live that.
You know what I'm saying? The wild ass bullshit that you're trying to bring to this country. You want to make America great again. Okay, America can't be great until it's all inclusive. But you want to go back to Jim Crow, and you want to erase all the progress that so many have put their lives on the line for. Not just black people, not just Hispanic people, white people have too. And we'll shout out to the ones that have been out there marching, and the good ones that have been out there trying to pass laws for equality among women, equality among minorities, and so on and so forth. So you have it's people of all races and genders that have put their lives on the line, and these people want to get these MAGA. I ain't even gonna call them MAGA. These maggots. These maggots want to get back in the office, and they want to set us back 50 years. Well, half you dumb fucks wasn't even born 50 years ago, or 60 years ago, or 70 years ago when they told you that America was great. Half of y'all wasn't even born. So how the hell would you know how America was then? Or something your granddaddy, your great granddaddy, his bigot ass told you. Oh, we need to go back to that.
Now, what I was telling you about the Southern Poverty Law Center, where they track all this shit all over on the United States and shit. So at the beginning of this year, they tracked all of them. It's 733 hate groups across America and shit. So if you go on their website,
Damn.
like you got right here on the website, you
Hold
can
on,
see.
You gotta say that number again.
So, yeah, it's 733 of them motherfuckers. So it's a lot. It's more than KKK. So it's just way more. And when you go on the website and you see here, they got America on the joint, and they got highlighting where all the hate groups are at. Now, if you go on the website, though, you can go exactly where you live at and find out, like I say, find your state. So we can go on the joint, we can go on America.
Oh, I can tell you where they're up in Western Maryland. They're up in the western part of Maryland. You got something down in the southern part of Maryland. But you get up there in the mountains around Washington County, Hagerstown there.
All right, so it says statewide in Maryland, all the hate groups are American Free Press. See, this is how you get the names of these motherfuckers. Damn. You know, pen, yeah? American Free Press. Then you got Help Save Maryland. That's an anti-immigration joint. You got Israel United in Christ. That's just general hate. That's in Upper Marlboro. So you can know exactly where they're at. You know what I'm saying? You got another one in Upper Marlboro, an American Free Press in Upper Marlboro. Then you got Patriots Front. That's statewide. That's all over. That's a white nationalist joint. Patriot Front. Look some of that shit up. Patriot Front. Just in case people don't, like some of this stuff would go over people's head, like Rougie.com. That's a just all around general hate group. That's in Silver Spring. They based in Silver Spring. You know what I'm saying? Watchmen for Israel. That just sounds like some racist shit. That's in Baltimore. Great Milestone, whatever that is. General hate. It just, when they say general hate, it mean they just hate everything.
They just hate everything. They like, what's that nigga? They like that nigga on Dave Chappelle.
But one thing is not in Maryland is the KKK.
God. But the KKK, but see, the
Refugees Resettlement Watch,
it's KKK,
anti-Muslim joint.
Yeah, it's KKK in Maryland, but the thing is, the KKK is not at the top of nobody's list anymore because the KKK can afford to be quiet because you got all these other dumbass groups out here vying for attention, you know, vying to make a name of themselves in the hate group game, and the KKK is sitting back watching, you know.
True.
They don't, you know.
But that's still what, 6, 8, 11 groups in Maryland alone, from Baltimore to Upper Marlboro.
Now check this out.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
But it's still, I still don't see the actual white supremacist joints.
That's a lot. That's a lot in
Patriot Front. That's a white supremacist.
That's a lot of hate groups in a state as diversified as Maryland.
But see, that's the funny thing about Maryland. It ain't as diversified as you think. Once you start getting further and further away from the population of like PG and shit like that, it's gonna get real racist. The further and further you get.
I see. That was my point. Nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to listen. That was my point about how Trump got elected. And I keep telling people that once you get away from the West Coast and you get away from the East Coast and you start to gravitate to the middle of the country, there are very few Black people and minorities in the middle of the country. That's where he woke up a racist, bigoted population. As you get to the middle of the country, when you get to your Dakotas, your Wyomings, your what else out there? Your Minnesotas, and shit like that. Those states are overwhelmingly white. when you get away from the population centers in the cities, the big cities, yeah, you got a lot of black population, got a lot of minority population in there. But if you would just go by what we see every day, when they tell you that, you would think white people will be a minority in this country. White people are still a majority in this country, but where are the majority at? Is when you get out into the middle of the country. That's where the white people are at.
But at this point, when Trump have a rally or something, at this point, they were all pure racists that's there in the crowd. Now they literally.
They straight up.
Now them are pure.
Hardcore.
Now, the Patriot Front, I never heard of Patriot Front before, but it's a white nationalist joint. It's in Maryland, and it's a white nationalist and neo-fascist hate group. Part of the broader alt-right movement. So they part of the, what's the motherfuckers, the soap keepers, whatever, oath keepers, and the other motherfucking Proud Boys and all that bullshit.
But I'm willing to bet, I don't know if this website say it or not. I'm willing to bet a lot of them have popped up in the last, I'm gonna say 10 to 15 years. And I would say some of them even way.
This was 2017.
Yeah, I was about to say some of them even newer than that. I'm like, I wouldn't even go 15 years back. I wasn't in the last.
Literally, this one started off a Trump rally.
Yeah.
Damn.
I would think.
And the people that keep telling us that he's not racist is really drinking some Kool-Aid, bro.
I ain't drinking no
You
Kool-Aid.
gotta tell all these racist ass pigs that he not. Can't tell us that.
They ain't drinking Kool-Aid. They drinking.
They believe it for sure.
Got to be.
But yeah, check out the Southern Poverty. That's a good website for people to go on wherever you live at. You can go check out, and they keeping track of all the racist groups in your city.
Because I read an article. This was about a month ago. I read an article. I ain't know you was gonna bring this one up tonight, but I would have brought that article up that said Maryland is one. They got Maryland as one of the top, or it's not the top, racist states in America. If you got Maryland over Georgia or Kentucky, and some shit like that, or Tennessee, that's bad.
I mean, you right here about West Virginia. How racist you think West Virginia is?
Oh, yeah, I've got West Virginia off the hook.
So it ain't too far.
I mean,
and you at Ohio once you know what I'm saying?
So over. But I mean, you got
like, if it ain't, man, you can't really point, like DC was the problem you could point at, like that's just pure. It's no racist white people living there. But now it's getting muddy. You know what I'm saying? So that's changing. So everything is changing where
you got racists
everything
everywhere.
is getting muddied out.
Yeah, you got racist.
When I was going on DC, white people wasn't there. It was no white people. It was literally all black people, bro.
I was about to say DC always been 80% black.
That's what I said. It was no white people.
Yeah,
it was just police that was white people.
But
white people was not walking around in our streets. That wasn't it.
Yeah, you didn't get.
They wasn't even working there either. They ain't had no stores and none of that shit.
You didn't get to white people in DC until you got around Capitol Hill, the Capitol Hill area, and you get to up in Northwest and Georgia.
We ain't even go down that joint. That's Virginia, as far as we concerned.
Right. So, you wasn't gonna see. That's where all the white people was. But now I was coming through Southeast. The other day. Shit, you got white people walking around Southeast like it's like shit, like they colonized the motherfucker or something. I'm like, man, when you get white people walking around like that,
that's what I'm saying. So
without getting
it's hard to just point to something now because it's muddy now. But as far as the motherfuckers that's racist, we know where that's at. But the parts that wasn't racist is starting to get fuzzy. That's the problem.
It's fuzzy on the fact that nowadays it's not out in the forefront, and you got a lot of people that hide their bigotry behind a lot of other shit. You know what I'm saying? They hide their bigotry behind the laws. They have behind the shit that they do. You know, then they'll turn a black person down for a loan and shit, and then they'll have some built-in excuse, to justify their racism. Instead of saying I don't want to give your black ass a loan. or I don't want you like that commercial that be on the radio all the time. They say, dudes say, well, how's the school here? I don't think your kids would like it here. How's the rent? I'm sure you can afford it, but I don't think this is for you, you know? And they tell you, if you hear shit like that, that's like, right, that's racism. And so that's how the racism is today. You know, back in the day, even in the 70s when I came up, they'll call you a nigga to your face. But now, you know, they'll call you a nigga behind your back and then fuck your credit up.
Yeah, they got right here. Yeah, they would.
Yeah, I've got my Mississippi.
They'd definitely do that. All right. But they got right here. Let me start from the bottom. Because when you think about it, most of the states are going to be those states like we mentioned earlier. You know what I'm saying? Most of the states have receded already. Damn, they got top 10. I thought it was 5. So the top 5 is Tennessee at 5, Arkansas at 4, Texas at 3, Alabama at 2,
Yes, sir.
and Mississippi at 1.
Mississippi.
This sounds about right here.
That's about right. Let's say, you know, you got somebody put Maryland up there, like Maryland like was like 1 or 2. And look, it's not a state in the union that, you know, somebody can't deem as a racist state. Because this is a racist country. Well, the country was built on racism. So, you know, how you can't have, if it was built on racism, that means racism is in the foundation. So, you know, until you change or fix the foundation, you're gonna have it. So you're gonna have racism in all 50 states. And yeah, I'm gonna include Hawaii and Alaska.
I know we're gonna have racism anywhere, but is racism dominating in that state? That's the difference. So if it's dominated there, that's different than having a few people there that's racist.
Yeah, in them 5 states you just ran off, and probably a few more on that, if racism is dominant. You got a state like Mississippi. Oh my goodness. Shit, I ain't going to Mississippi.
Some states is like, I don't know about that, bro.
West Virginia. Shit. They off the hook in their racism.
True.
And West Virginia even off the hook in racism and I was about to say one.
But I think Alabama should be 2. Oh, it should be 1 almost. Texas is up there at 3. Yeah, Arkansas, you don't really hear too much in Arkansas, but what they be having is those hate crimes going on in that joint.
Yeah.
Tennessee for sure, yeah.
Yeah, Tennessee out there.
And like you say, it's still parts in these states where you can go where you might not be as much racist as the rest, but the whole state itself is racist.
It's the whole state. If you got like
Missouri number 7, Kentucky 8, Louisiana 9.
Okay, what's that damn TV show?
Idaho, damn, number 10.
Hell yeah, Idaho, white as hell.
Idaho potatoes. South Carolina, damn, you came all the way in 11,
Yeah.
South Carolina. Squeaking in Georgia at 12. Damn.
But you know that a lot of them states beat out them other states beat out a state like Georgia and West Virginia, what you're looking at.
West Virginia number 13.
Is, you know, is a testament.
California. That's shocking. California is 14th
That don't shock me.
14th ranked racist state in America.
That don't shock me.
California.
Because look. If you look at California, on the for real, and you open your eyes and look at California, damn. California is segregated as hell. You got your pockets or your section where black people live. You got your section where your Hispanics live at, and then you got this section where white people live at. and nobody crosses and nobody crosses over into another's territory. When you open up your eyes and look at California, it is really like that. You know, the homies got their part,
but
the essays got their part, and the white people got their part.
I think it's more like when you say California, right? You starting to think it's not more of the white supremacy thing. It's more of a hate all around because of gay people, Muslims, stuff like that, Haitians, stuff like that is being segregated. I mean, discriminated against. It ain't really a motherfucking hate white supremacy thing. You know what I'm saying? Down that joint, you getting like it's so many gay people in LA and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
So I mean California.
California,
they getting hate on them.
Yeah, I mean, but even California, even California got their sections. Even got a whole fucking county or a whole city or whatever you want to call it that is strictly gay. That's when you got.
That's where you get all the hate at.
That's where San Francisco comes in.
You get that hate.
San Francisco is like they push, like it's like in California you got all the brothers here, all the essays here, white people here, and you would push all the homosexuals to San Francisco. I mean, when you look at it, like if you open your eyes,
so live in San Francisco,
like
California, that, and that's like when you look at the top racist cities in America, those gonna be up in there because they getting hate too. It ain't just white supremacy hate they get. There's the other hate. It's the gay hate.
You getting hate against the gays. You getting hate against the African or black people. You getting hate against Hispanic people, and everybody stays in their own quarter of the state, if you will. You know, their own pocket. They got their own pockets where they live at. So, you know, if you come over here and try,
that's how America is, though.
We're gonna fuck you up.
America itself is like segregated all over everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? Most states is like you find a pocket where black people live at. And it's the same thing. You go to work, it's gonna be like that.
It's tribalism.
You go to school, it's gonna be like that. You go to cafeteria, it's gonna be like that. It's I don't know. It's a normal thing.
It's tribalism. It's everybody really keeps to their own. You know what I'm saying? You know, these my people over here. Well, where's, you know, then the next person comes, where's my people at? You know, if you got a group of Asian people that come to your state, you know, they gonna congregate where the Asians at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the Asians. It's like the Asians. They got a curry out or two in every hood. But when that curry out is closed, you don't see them.
I remember Mama Sa used to close her shit and straight dip out of the mug, hit that highway like a mug.
Like a mug.
And they just had that joint set up where they just coming out that joint like a uniform type shit they was doing. Right. It was funny as shit, yeah.
You see Asians every day. You see Asians every day cooking chicken wings, some General Tso's chicken. You know, get you some beef, yak, or whatever the fuck you want from them all day long. But when that joint is closed, you don't see them. You don't see them. They don't even come to the hood till the 5 minutes before they open that joint. And the cleaners too. Yeah, you don't see them. And then when it's closed, you don't see them. On their off day, they don't even celebrate Christmas. No, because they open on Christmas. I mean, you know, it's basically it's tribalism. Everybody gravitate to their own tribe. Like, I don't fuck with them there. I don't fuck with them over there.
But when they measure, like when they start looking at the most racist states, they calculate it by hate crimes and stuff like that. So when you see like a racist, you can get hate crimes on a different level. You go in Georgia, it's gonna be a hate crime against black people with white supremacy.
You gotta count.
If you go to Florida, Carolina, it'll be hate crimes against gay people.
Yeah. So you gotta count it as with hate crimes, and you know, I guess you still have to figure in like lawsuits for discrimination would have to figure up in there. And you know, it's certain states, like you can go in Alabama, Mississippi. Like I said, you might not see the KKK out here, but you know damn well the KKK in Alabama, Mississippi.
Almost definitely.
Probably Oklahoma too. You know,
Hell
because
yeah.
there's places in the South, in pockets that you can go deep down in Virginia. You got KKK and you got Klan down there too. So it's some people are still up front, like maggot Republicans, and
Some in the Congress and Senate too. That's why I'm when the states receded, you still had people in the Congress and Senate that felt that should be segregated. Black people of 1/5 and all that. They still felt that way.
Damn.
Same way you got people in it now that feel the way that MAGA shit is going on. They feel like that's them.
Yeah.
That man, folks.
See, like you have to go back. You have to go back to the day after Trump was elected, and you seen how even as young youngins in elementary school and middle school and a lot of white people, grown white people in general, felt that when that man got in the office, they could say what the fuck they wanted to say, and they was coming out with nigga this and nigga that, and it was calling black people cotton pickers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, that shit wouldn't have happened if I was there. If I was back in school that day at that time. Well, I damn near caught a charge behind that shit. And this was back in about 81. This was about 83, 84. I was in Kenmore then. Little racist white boy. Motherfucker kept running his mouth. We was in science class. I'll never forget it. We was in science class, kept running his mouth. Then he called me a nigga and hit me in the chest. I beat the fucking brakes off of him. Right there in the science. I fucked him up. Real decent.
White boy try to punk you.
Did he? Only thing the thing about it was the science teacher was black. And she was there the whole time and saw what happened. But for some odd reason, I don't know, the fat bitch couldn't stand me. I mean, she hated the ground I walk on and couldn't stand the air I breathe.
I had that same joint one time and shit where I think I just started motherfucking school in Maryland, my first day and shit. And I was going upstairs and shit. But you know, in Maryland, white people were smoking cigarettes. When we was young, that wasn't going on. So when I came in Maryland, white people smoking cigarettes a lot. That was a lot of. So I go in the hallway. You know how they in the hallway smoking cigarettes and shit?
Mm-hmm. Before they took the cigarettes out of school.
Yeah, so I'm lost though. I'm looking for my class and shit. I'm going to the next joint. I can smell the smoke. I'm like, these niggas smoking like shit. But you're not really paying attention. You're just trying to get through the joint. So I'm like, now I gotta go to the next joint. So I go to the next one, and the white boy's up there. So I'm about to walk past the joint. They nigga blow the smoke on my face and shit, bro.
Oh no!
I just teed off on him, yeah. That was like my first time getting locked up and shit. I was like 13. Yeah. I just teed off on it because they blew smoke. First of all, we was little as shit. Why the hell are you smoking this shit? But it was motherfuckers our age smoking, but cigarettes like that threw me off when white people. He blew that shit in my face, bro. I got locked up too. I was in that joint.
And like in my
father
situation,
had to come get me and shit, yeah.
The fat ass science teacher. I still remember who you is, Miss Sanders. You fat funky mother. Let me calm down. But anyway, she was there and saw the whole incident. So when she took us to the office, blase, or blah blah blah. They called the motherfucking people down. They came and got us, took us to the office, and she could have nipped the shit in the bud, like, you know, this is what happened, blah blah blah. But she made it seem like I started. Now it was a good thing that, you know, it was others. My homies at the time was there and came up to the office and explained to the motherfucker vice principal, Mr. Malley, who was cool with me. And I'm saying, like, none of the black people in that school, the principal was black. That nigga hated me. So Mr. explained to Mr. Malley, was like, nah, it wasn't Antonio's fault. He did this. He called him such and such, such and such, and he hit him. And he basically just defended himself. So when he found out, you know, I had some reputable friends. All my friends wasn't hoodlums. And so he like, boom, 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 boom. Okay, look, I'm gonna send you home for the day, blah, blah, blah. Come back tomorrow. So the white boy, I split his nose right down the side. So his mother came up there. This bitch was racist as hell. I want the other kid locked up. I want my son taken to the hospital. I want the other kid arrested. And blah, 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 blah. So the vice principal, who was white, Mr. Malley, he stood up for him like he got in her business. Like, nah, your son started it. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear it. So this shit, you know, the shit he probably got in him, he probably got it from his mother anyway. And that's how he was that day after Trump got elected. That I was sitting there looking at that shit. I said, I wish I was in school back then. I'd have beat the shit out of all of them.
Hell yeah, ASAP.
I'd have hung a Jordan in their ass.
Now, if everybody don't know, Biden, in one of his speeches when he first started running, he said he wanted to do something with cancer.
Moonshot.
Exactly.
Shout out to Bo.
So he said, I'm playing now, but his whole goal is to find a cure for cancer. Almost like back in the day when they was trying their best to get to space and shit, get to Mars or wherever the fuck they wanted to go out there. I still to this day don't think that shit helps us by going to fucking Mars and all that silly shit out there and shit. I think going down deep in the sea is more important, to be honest with you. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I think down in the sea would be more beneficial. Find out what's going on down there, deep down in there, rather than, you know. But that's me going out in space. Space, you useless shit out there. Can't even breathe. You know. Now, here we go. This my man talking about the moonshot.
America was doing so, quote, not because it was easy, but because it was hard. Because the goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energy and skills, because that challenge is one that we are willing to accept. One we are unwilling to postpone. I give you my word as a Biden. This cancer moonshot is one of the reasons why I ran for president. It's part of my unity agenda that I laid out in my State of the Union address to rally the American people to work together. Because we know this, cancer does not discriminate red and blue. It doesn't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. Beating cancer is something we can do together. And that's why I'm here today. I was elected president, I determined to supercharge the cancer moonshot as a central effort in the Biden-Harris administration. In February, I laid out our plan that is bold, ambitious, and I might add, completely doable. The goal is to cut cancer death rates by at least 50% in the next 25 years. To turn more cancers from death sentences into chronic diseases people can live with. To create more supportive experience for patients and families. To update our fight against the cancer. To address inequities, we can ensure prevention, detection, treatment, reach patients in urban, rural, suburban, and tribal communities so they have equal access to cancer diagnostics, therapeutics, and clinical trials. As part of the supercharged moonshot, I'll use my authorities as president to increase funding to break log jams and to speed breakthroughs. I've also formed a new cancer cabinet that is driving a whole of government effort to unleash every possible asset within our power, from NASA, that knows more about radiation than any doctor does, to the Defense Department, that has the ability to calculate, and the Energy Department, do a million billion calculations per second. I know we can do this together because I know this. There's nothing beyond our capacity if we work together as the United States of America.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks.
Yeah, it was a couple things in that joint. First of all, I like the whole idea. First of all, at least try something. We don't give a fuck. But like to get the NASA involved and the State Department, everybody on one thing to try to figure this out. That's a good first step. You know what I'm saying? Never heard that before.
Yeah.
So that right there would be a good beginning to even start trying to find a way. He said 50% in the next decade where he can cut the death rate down.
Well, I'll say this. Those of you that are out there, especially suffering from cancer, and it's a lot, and it's a lot of different forms of cancer, and it's different forms of cancer that affect different people, you know. But this is the difference between Democrats and Republicans. You know, Democrats want to give you a way to get treatment for this. They want to give you health care to, you know, so you can extend your life. You can live comfortably. And you don't have to suffer with diseases like cancer and so forth. But not only do they want to give you treatment, extend your life, you know, so you can live comfortably and take care of yourself where you don't have to live all broke down and whatnot. But they also want to cure the damn disease. So my thing is, if you want to bring down health costs while saving people's lives, wouldn't be the thing to do to cure the disease, especially cancer. I mean, how many people go broke, get diagnosed with cancer, and they spend all their money, all their life savings, all the money they have getting treatment, and it still ain't enough, and he died broke. Come on, man. Y'all gotta look at what's really going on here. You know, not only do this man wanna, you know, make sure you keep the health care that you got, but he want to make it better. But the diseases that is killing you, he want to get rid of them too. That's how you bring.
Remember, I think one of his sons died from cancer, right?
Both died from brain cancer.
Exactly. So again, when they get to this office, when you find people, first of all, when people be in office, they have to be there for a reason, bro. They got to be there because they want to take care, they want to help people. Their whole goal is to help people. If you got people in there that want to do other things, that's the wrong person, bro. When they want to do it for money or fame, that's the wrong person. They're not thinking about things like this, the cancer shot. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about you getting the American Affordable Care Act. You're not thinking about none of that. Because they think about, how can I get money? How can I get my friends money? And then it'll pay off for me later. That's all. And when my problem is, you're looking at the wrong people for that. When those people are not doing that, and the people that are, you're overlooking. That's what politics are right now, where people, it's a delusional part of politics. People in there that don't want to take information. They don't want to take facts. They literally want to go to these conspiracy theories type websites and YouTube things and shit, and just get the information from there and just let it go. They don't make sure none of that shit make any sense. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you get a lot of a slosh of people that don't know really what's going on until the lights shine, like when somebody running for president or something. Then they in the middle of the joint talking crazy shit because they ain't paying attention for the last 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nor do they gave a fuck because they've been getting information from misleaders or people on the internet with agendas. You know what I'm saying? Most of them got agendas to get money out of your pocket some kind of fucking way. and make it seem like they know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the wall. When they got them, they try and lock their ass up. They make you think, oh, I'm about to get this wall for y'all. They got like $15 million for a fucking wall. Why would somebody pay for that? Dumb shit, bro.
They just got ganked in. But when you said about the people who got in office and what they there for, made me think of something I saw earlier today, and I did tweet this out. And this is exactly your point, where it says Pennsylvania State Representative Stephanie Barwitz brags. She's a Republican. She brags that she yelled at Moms Demand Action volunteers. Moms Demand Action volunteers. And said she wouldn't let them into her office. I always say, God and guns got us here, and God and guns will keep us here. Moms demand you're not getting anywhere in my office. That's the kind of people y'all putting in office? Come on, man. These are the kind of people you want representing not only on a state level, but on a countrywide level. You gotta, if you don't.
Moms Demand Action is a gun rights group, a pro-gun rights group. I mean, not pro-rights, but common sense type shit.
Yeah, join our grassroots movement.
Not pro-rights as far as wanting guns. They want, you know what I'm saying, find solutions to get rid of the guns in the street type shit.
Yeah, their Twitter page says
senseless things and shit like that.
Their Twitter page says, Moms Demand Actions, join our grassroots movement of Americans demanding reasonable solutions to address our nation's culture of gun violence. Moms Demand Action is a part of every town. But she just told these people, these women, these mothers, and no doubt a lot of them been the victims of, or have people or children who've been the victims of gun violence, that you're going to yell at these women, God and guns got us here. God and guns will keep us here. And you will not get in my office.
So those the people right there shouldn't even be in office, bro. That's what I mean, bro. It's like, why are you there?
Right.
And the people that putting you there is really not making no sense.
And whatever part of Pennsylvania she represents, if y'all don't vote this woman out of office, something is wrong.
He definitely ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. Nope. Because she probably live in an extreme gun-toting part of
That's the same type of shit, because motherfucking that's gonna get Herschel Walker stepping in that joint, because you got foolery like that. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's the silliest shit, bro.
Yeah.
Then you try and figure out why grandma can't get no insurance, or you know what I'm saying, your insulin about $3,000 every time you get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then meanwhile you fight for people like that that's making that happen. And it's the stupidest shit, man. I just don't
see this dummy
politics, man. Today is the dumbest shit, bro.
It's bad.
It shouldn't even be close, but it is. It's just stupid. Them white people look at it like, oh, it's two black people. Let's see. Fuck it. Herschel Walker. Let's get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it.
Yeah, he's stupid enough to go along with anything we say.
That shit's crazy.
Not thinking they'll hang your dumb ass too.
Now, if everybody don't remember, you might be too young. You might be whippersnappers out there. Listen to the HVP podcast. Appreciate everybody that be tuning in too. You know what I'm saying? Facebook too. Check us out on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ken Starr passed away, right? Just in case people, I know people don't know who Ken Starr is. Now, Ken Starr was a lawyer for, well, he wasn't really a lawyer. He was
a special prosecutor.
Special prosecutor for
appointed by the Republicans and Newt Gingrich and them to prosecute Bill Clinton for getting some top in the White House.
Most definitely. Now, yeah, he passed away, but like you said, he was put on the case to find out about Lewinsky. You know what I'm saying? And your man getting some head in the office. He was the man wasting time with that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, the Republicans appointed him because they just wanted to wish thing going on that they used to.
And I wish, and they just wanted to get. They just wanted to get. They just wanted to get Bill on anything.
As we look back, I want everybody to look back as we look back now. If starting from this shit, which party has put presidents in there and administrations in there? They're broken the law, getting locked up. Can you name them? Them Republicans over the last 20, 25 years.
Yep.
There's no Obamas going to jail.
Oh, no.
There's no arraignments for Obamas.
No.
You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah, no.
It's like, what is happening? This administration ain't had none of that wild shit. Everybody going to jail. But Trump do. But it's no problem. Bush had a few too. But it's no problem. Then Bush just took us to war. He just filed anyway.
Right.
See what I'm saying? But what a part is the Democrats so bad? Show me. That's why we want them misleaders on this podcast, bro. I need the help. I need you to help me. Where is that? Where was that part at? You know what I'm saying? It's just I need misleaders to help us. Help us on this podcast, bro. Help us understand how you're getting where you're getting. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Right.
All the way to let's start with the emails. Y'all don't see how big they made the email thing? Now what's happening? And now you got thousands of documents somewhere,
and they trying to gloss over.
It's like that didn't happen, huh?
All this stuff they find in Mar-a-Lago, and you know, ain't no telling what he got stored somewhere else in some of his other houses.
We thought it was so serious.
So 40 people. They just served 40 people connected with this fool. That's 4-0 with papers. And it's all intertwined with January 6th and the documents that he wasn't supposed to have. That they somehow trying to justify.
They gonna get this nigga for motherfucking run away with all that bread for the wall. Mm-hmm. That was a fucking lie. That bread for the wall gonna get him burnt, man. I'm telling you, you made up some shit and made people put some money in it.
That's bad.
You straight tripping, bro.
And they fell for it. That's the thing. They fell for it. They fell for an okie doke.
Yeah. So Ken Starr, as you know, was fucking with Lewinsky and Clinton, and that was the stupidest time in our history. You know what I'm saying?
I can believe.
From that point, we can start from motherfucking Reagan for real. But I was little, but I can still remember his dumb ass fucked everything up too. It's like from that point on, let's step back. You just came from Mars, right? And everybody's on their sides, right? The Democrat, Republican side, right?
Yep.
And you come down and say, all right, tell me which side I should be on, Republican, right?
Right.
And they give you that thing they've been giving people and shit, you know what I'm saying, for these last 20 years, right? Then the Democrat giving you their stick, you know what I'm saying, dog? And then you start to look back, like, okay, everything you told me as a Republican literally was what you was doing. Yeah. You told me if this person was so bad, that person was supposed to be a menace to politics, that person was supposed to be there. Yeah. And it was you doing that, though, yeah? It was crazy as shit.
Newt Gingrich stood out there on his soapbox and he blasted, he condemned. Oh man, he was so much holier than Bill Clinton, and come to find out he was doing the same thing Bill was doing and worse.
That's what I be saying. It's just
ridiculous. And you stood up in front of the country, the biggest hypocrite. God, he's the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they should have just took a picture of the definition of hypocrite out of the dictionary and stuck his picture in it.
Yeah, but yeah, when you just look back at shit, man, as a motherfucker that don't know nothing, man, there's no way a Republican can keep telling you something, or the misleader too.
Man,
Can keep telling you these people that is so bad that's trying to give you health care. Right. He's a bad person. Like, this shit don't make sense. Then you start telling me they're so bad they should be locked up, but the other side gets locked up a lot. Like, come on, bro. Your shit you saying just doesn't make sense, bro. From the beginning. You're talking about motherfucking from air, especially the air, the climate. They don't even believe that shit even exists. It's like, bro, if they just run shit, man, we fuck around and don't have no air out here to breathe. We'll be living off motherfucking oil forever. These motherfuckers is crazy, bro. You fuck around, you can't marry you can't have no gay marriages or none of that. You can forget that they run the things. It's just, bro. You can't have no abortions, nigga. You can't have no abortion. Fuck you. Like, come on.
Yeah, and this jackass, him and Lindsey Graham putting a bill forth about what is it? No abortions after 15 weeks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
what they doing now is they in trouble, motherfuckers. They saw everybody losing this shit behind this fucking abortion shit, and they trying to come back to the table and come with a Democrat and say, "Okay, what about 15 weeks? Fuck you, nigga. We want the whole rights again, nigga."
In the same way that y'all and y'all boy Trump done woke these damn races up. This is the same way that y'all backwards ass thinking and your backwards ass ideas and that backwards ass move y'all pulled with the Supreme Court. And I'm gonna get to you, Clarence Thomas, you and your wife in a minute. Mm-hmm. The backwards ass things y'all did, and you woke women up, which is backfiring big time on your ass, because we know, we that follow politics know, women vote in way more numbers than men. And women vote by issues. You put abortion on the table as an issue. Okay, whether you agree with it or not. And just to be, I don't agree with it. Which I would agree with half of you Republicans. I don't agree with it. But I also agree that it's a woman's right to choose. Because whatever comes of it, that's on her heart. That's between her and her higher power, her and her husband, boyfriend, or whoever. That is between them to make that decision. And it's not on you, me, or nobody else that whatever we think to force our opinion, to force our belief on nobody else. Because if someone believes different and feels different, we don't know the situation. We don't know that the mother's life could be in danger. We don't know the child could be born with a debilitating disease. We don't know that she might just, for whatever reason, don't want children. We don't know. And it's none of our damn business anyway. So for you to keep insisting that you're going to force your beliefs, what you believe in, on somebody else, is bullshit. And that's what's backfiring. We didn't send you to Washington for you to run our lives. We've sent you to Washington to protect the rights that we have.
You know,
to make laws for the good of the country, for the good of everybody. Not for the good of some, but for the good of all. So just by that criteria alone, your ass should be voted out. In my opinion.
A weekly shout out to Brittany Griner. Hope this don't be a long years and years thing.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got a little
Brittany Griner. She's doing an appeal, but 9 years is in the bucket for sure.
Right. And we got a little update that Bill Richardson. If y'all don't know who Bill Richardson is the former governor of New Mexico, and he was in the Obama cabinet, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was the secretary in the Obama cabinet. But Bill Richardson visited Moscow this week and met with Russian leaders in his efforts to secure the release of Brittany Griner and another jail American, Paul Whelan. Yeah, we ain't forgot about Paul either. Richardson is a former UN ambassador and a frequent emissary in hostage negotiations. So, we know he can get a lot more done than Dennis Rodman.
Oh, hell yeah.
So,
shouts out to her again.
Yeah, shout out to Brittany, and we hope, hope Bill bring us some good news.
It's really good. It's tough, but it's moves. The wheels are turning once somebody like that go over there.
Yeah.
So just hope that shit come out right.
But
just like Russia right now, when they went in Ukraine, they losing all the places that they went in there and got.
Yeah,
it's like they it's wasted a lot of time now.
Because
shit's crazy.
Hey, the countries that got together, in which we won't say it again. Biden was right. We didn't have to go over there. No, we're not sending nobody over there. But we sent them support. We sent them ammunitions. We sent them what they needed. And when they got what they needed, they getting in Russia's ass.
Bruh, y'all gotta get, once this is over, if they get away with this and where they get their country completely back, there's no way they ain't gonna be sucking Biden dick, bruh. It is no way.
No way.
They would have been done. People was beating them up about sending shit over there.
Right.
If they ain't sending that shit over there, they probably want to need more now. Just to clean, make sure everything clean. Look, bruh. You got enough.
I want to say something about that too. A lot of people got on Biden and early in the administration and about this, that, and the third. Well, y'all had to understand, and this was the same thing with Obama. Y'all expected Obama to get in there and snap his fingers and everything would be right in 24 hours. It don't work like that. And the man had to go just like Obama. Biden had to do just like Obama had to do. He had to go in there and he had to get a lot of shit straight. He had to fix a lot of fuck ups. And at the midpoint of his, not at the end of his administration, at the midpoint of his administration, everything he said, he's turning out to be right. Everything from Ukraine, from the infrastructure bill to the Inflation Reduction Act, to all of this shit, inflation is coming down. Sure, it's not coming down as fast as we want it to, but it's coming down. Gas prices are coming down. Everybody want to blame Biden for the shit. This shit was this fuck up was before he got in the office. It's fuck up from the last administration. And when he got it straight and got his policies in there, what happened? He was right. He said, we didn't have to go to Ukraine. We know this is not the Russia of the 1980s. This is Putin's Russia. If this is the thing here, people. If Putin's Russia cannot fuck with Ukraine, what makes you think they can fuck with us?
That's what's up, though. Ukraine dug in their shit, got them about their shit. Whoever that president is, he's gonna be president for life over there.
Zelensky. And he was a fucking comedian.
You're gonna be president for life. That nigga, he could have hid over here.
Right.
And been good.
If they cannot walk into a country as small and not without ammunition and not without provisions as Ukraine was, what makes you think that Putin and Russia can deal with what the United States has?
Push them niggas about their country, bro.
We the baddest motherfuckers on the planet. Nobody on the planet got what we got. And you really, and people, Russia, fuck United States. No, Russia won't. We'll blow them people off. We will run through Russia like we ran through Iraq.
That's for sure.
And that's just plain and simple.
But that was real important, and I'm telling you, he's gonna take over this country if motherfucker Biden ain't helped them, yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that where they at now, not only stop the invasion, they pushing them back out is important development, bro.
Yeah.
Very important.
Russia had stockpiles stockpiles of ammunition, and they had built up a lot of shit over a lot of decades, over decades. So what Russia had, yeah, but when they went in there with what they had and couldn't take over the country then, and allow them people to get ammunition not only from the United States but other countries as well, and to build up their military force and get them trained and get them ready to fight. They are digging in Russia's ass.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff with that shit, buddy. Meanwhile, you was doing inflation joint, the CHIP Act, all type of shit. You was getting your man, bro.
Right. So
that's what's up.
Come on, man. Y'all got it.
I just need the misleaders to come on here and tell us what was wrong with the bills he passed first.
Oh, no.
Explaining us about the bad things supposed to happen with him helping them in, over there. He helped them out and everything coming out right over that thing.
You know, and this man, like you said, this man had a lot of irons in the fire. And he got a lot of things accomplished. At the same time, we're dealing with world issues. And, you know, all you got Republicans doing is trying to block everything that's going on and they're not talking about impeaching him because you got nothing on him. He's a good, decent man. He's a good, decent person. You got nothing on him, you know. Right or wrong, everything he does is from his heart. But now they want to impeach his cabinet. Oh, if somebody we're gonna impeach this one in the cabinet, impeach this one in the cabinet, we can take control of the House. People, listen. This is why we tell you week after week that you need to look. You don't gotta do a deep detailed dive. Tune in to us. We do the deep detailed dive for you.
You know?
But
each and every Tuesday.
Each and every Tuesday night. But you gotta check out what's going on in your local politics, in your national politics, and see and know where these people stand, you know, and what they will do if they get into office. Because we don't want to put the wrong person back in office again. Your vote does count.
Best believe it. Sure. And like you said, the detailed dive is on HVP Hoodview Politics each and every Tuesday night.
You know
what I'm saying? That.
And we're gonna put something else out there for you. You know, those that are listening. Tell your friends, tell your families, you know, tell your coworkers. Alert. Issue or something that you want to know about a candidate or a person that's in office or running for office, that's thinking about running for office, anything you want to know, you can shoot us an email at hoodviewpolitics@gmail.com and we will do the detailed dive for you. So all you got to do is tune in.
Yeah, now you did. Appreciate everybody, man, be tuning in to us. We're looking for that black Republican and that misleader to come on the joint and PD your case to the black America, black culture. You know what I'm saying? One thing we're going to do is make sure the black culture get the information they need and they can go the way they want. But one thing we're going to point out is the misleaders and the bigots and racists. ASAP.
You know, we ain't get to everything we're going to get to tonight, but guess what? We the Booty Call the podcast. We'll pop over there sometime this week. Getting that ass. So be on the lookout for it. We're gonna talk about black women that took over at the Emmys last night. Congratulations, Starr Lee Ralph. He deserved that for a long time. And got some other stuff we need to get, but you know, one podcast ain't long enough. That's why we do two.
That's all. Holler at your boys on Facebook for sure. You know what I'm saying, dog? Facebook group, follow us there. Subscribe on YouTube. You know what I'm saying, dog? Detailed dive into politics for sure on this thing, on this channel.
You can shoot us an email. I'll put us up in the Facebook group. So please do that. And you know, we'll really start engaging with y'all. You know, we'll put some questions out there. And if there's something that you want to know, hit us up on Facebook. And like I say, say, if it's a candidate or a politician or a situation or anything you want to know what's going on in politics that affects our people, hey, we got you covered, just like life insurance.
You know? Hey, shouts out. Don't forget, every Tuesday, we're going to be here every Tuesday night, you know what I'm saying, at 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? You check us out. That's HVP Politics, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget, if you're a Black Republican right now, come on our podcast at any time. You're really welcome to come in the back door, the front door.
And we got a space right here.
If you're a bigot or a racist, come on this joint too.
Yeah,
especially the misleader. If you're a Black person, and you feel like you don't like either party, you know what I'm saying? There's a house for you here. Once you come on this joint and plead your case for Black America. You know what I'm saying?
Look, if you're a bigot or a racist, I promise we won't whoop your ass. But we gonna let you know where we coming from. You safe here. You know, we ain't going. This is not Morton Downey. This is not Phil Donahue. We're not gonna go off on you. So, if you want to state your case, we got a place. If you want to state your case, this is the place.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets. You know what I'm saying, dog? You know, we're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood people.